So I just made a video talking about this clip from Family Guy where George Bush doesn't want to help the survivors of Hurricane Katrina because he's busy reading Super Fudge in a treehouse, and that got me thinking about the Fudge Books, which is a really great series of books that I didn't pay a whole lot of mind to as a kid, but I did read most of them, or my mom read them to me before bed, rather. They're written by Judy Blume, and the thing is, they were harder for me to appreciate as a kid because while they were fun, there were a lot of other fun kids' books. There's certain stuff that you don't realize until you're older, just like the wisdom that it invoked. Like, you just can't really appreciate it as a child. You can somewhat relate to it, but you can't fully take note of how well the author accurately depicts the psychology of a child. What I loved about the Fudge Books, which are about a young boy who has a younger brother who is very, very annoying and often saps all the attention from his parents just because he is such a handful. What I love about those books is that the character makes realizations that are just very, very mature for a kid to make, but also very realistic. Like, it's not like, I don't like in movies when kids suddenly become philosophers and just have this hugely enlightened worldview. It depicts very realistically how a kid can be in a situation that really, really frustrates him, gets him really, really upset. But then he can do a little bit of working it out in his head and coming to the conclusion that just being rational and sound-minded and kind is ultimately going to make you a lot happier. And he doesn't have to hear it from his parents in some really over-the-top lecture-y sort of way. There's a scene where he gets really frustrated that these annoying relatives are staying over at his house. I think this was in Double Fudge. And he flips out in the bathroom and knocks everybody's towels off a rack. And then he has a little flashback to when his little brother Fudge was having a little tantrum in a shoe store. And he's like, I'm just being like him. It might feel justified right now doing it, but I know that I can handle my emotions better than this. And he puts all the towels back, and just from having that little work through, he starts feeling a lot better about the situation, even without any of his externals changing. That's what I love about most of these, is that he still has the same problems, he still has the same annoying people in his life, but he's able to find his own peace within himself. And as a kid, I would feel more okay about his situation because he would feel more okay about it. And that's pretty rare. A lot of the time when I would watch like a Disney sitcom or something, or a movie where a character makes the right decision, I'd still kind of be wishing that but I kind of wish that he just got revenge on the bully, or I kind of wish that he said some meaner things or something like that. I didn't always like that he took the high road. Judy Blume really made me want to take the high road in that situation. Yeah, I'm always immensely impressed by children's authors. Authors who can speak from the first person of children and really make it seem like it's written by somebody who has kind of a limited worldview and perspective, but who is figuring things out in a way that a kid would actually figure it out. And I don't want to come down on pandering children's entertainment, because if it teaches you a good lesson, even if it's a little bit over the top and obvious and clearly written by somebody who's in their 40s, like, a good intention is a good intention, right? But it's the ones that can do it in a really grounded, realistic way that really stick with me over the years. And I find myself in situations like that all the time, where I'm upset by something, even as an adult, that feels perfectly justified for me to be upset about. But it comes to a point when you just realize you have to make a decision about what's going to make you feel the best. And you can use a healthy amount of criticism of yourself or just self-feedback to get there. It's just always really beautiful. And very few people could ever make me want to have that kind of self-analysis as a kid. And Judy Blume was one of them. So thank you very much, Miss Bloom.